performance on Mexican Independence Day from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. He has headlined at least 6 times on Mexican Independence Day weekend, joined by his entire team, Eddie Reynoso, Chepo Reynoso. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the legend, the great Saúl Canelo Alvarez.
Agradecido con todos ustedes por el apoyo que siempre me han brindado y listo para cualquier pregunta o duda que tengan.
I'm very happy, very glad, and very thankful for the support that you all have given me. I'm ready for questions. Bring it up.
Canelo, congratulations on the victory. As you look back on this night, what were your takeaways? Are you completely satisfied with it, or do you feel like a little bit of the edge is off because you didn't get the knockout?
No, I feel good. I feel happy. I did what I was supposed to do, win the fight, and I enjoyed the fight. I think it was a good fight for the fans, and I'm satisfied.
Canelo right here in the front, Marcus Hayes from Fight Up TV. Congratulations to being champion on a great fight. One takeaway from press row, a lot of people would just say, you just look like a guy that just loves to get in there and scrap. How much fun did you have tonight? You look like you enjoyed yourself. How fun was this?
Yeah, it was a fun night for me. It's like one day in the office. I love what I do. I love being there, fighting, and give the fans what they want, a fight. And you know, I enjoy what I do, and I still love boxing, and you can see tonight.
And then lastly for me, tonight, Terrence Crawford was turkey out the sheet at the other event across town. Put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turkey out the sheet, calling you out. What's your response to Terrence Crawford's call out tonight?
No comments.
Marcus.
Hola Saúl, buenas noches, Enrique Veas, es saludarte, gracias por la pelea, pero a mí me gustaría saber tu sentir, ¿no? Empezaste anunciando la pelea que tú te le ibas a dar tú a Berlanga, hoy se lo diste, pero no se da el knockout. O sea, ¿qué está faltando? Y es lo que la gente en México pide en redes sociales para el knockout.
¿Para qué somos 12 rounds? Ahora te pregunto yo a ti.
No quiero llevar ahí con el tema de las tarjetas y ganarlo, pero la gente quiere ver ese punch, quiere ver ese knockout.
Los 12 rounds son para mostrar quién es el mejor. A veces se da el knockout en el boxeo, a veces no se da. Es impredecible. El knockout es impredecible, no puedes predecir un knockout. De querer noquear, claro que quieres, ¿no? De que se dé, también tienes un rival enfrente que está haciendo su trabajo, que se está protegiendo, que se está haciendo su trabajo para no ser noqueado, y es lo que pasa, ¿no? De querer, claro que quiero. No se pudo, pero demostré que soy el mejor. Para eso somos 12 descansados.
The question was about what was Canelo missing, considering like the third round, he seemed like he was on top of Berlanga, and then the social media comments, especially from Mexico, regarding, okay, why wasn't he able to get the knockout? Canelo answered that, well, what are the 12 rounds for? And the 12 rounds are for showing who's the best. The knockout is unpredictable. You can't just go out and get it because you want to. Did I want to? Of course I did. But there's also an opponent in front of you, someone that also does things well. So I did my thing and I was able to prove that I was the best throughout all 12 rounds.
Saúl, felicidades, Miguel Maravilla de Fight News. Felicidades en tu victoria. Mencionaste que quieres la revancha contra Bivol. ¿Vas a viajar a ver esa pelea de Bivol ante Beterbiev? ¿Y quién piensas que gane esa pelea?
No voy a viajar, a ver esa pelea. Es una pelea muy competitiva, los dos son buenos peleadores, los dos tienen chance de ganar. Es una pelea de 150, es muy difícil de predecir esa pelea.
The question was about whether Canelo planned to travel to see what will be live when they fight and who he's got as a winner. No, I don't plan to travel. And then again, this is a 50-50 fight. A fight between two very accomplished fighters. We're both going to have a very tough opponent in front of him. It's going to be a good fight.
Canelo, today one of the best boxers here. Congratulations on a great win. Were you surprised by Berlanga's performance in the tonight with his skills?
No, I'm not surprised. I think he don't fight like he used to fight. He defends himself a little more. That's why happened what happened. But I did what I supposed to do. Being there and fight and do my best and win the fight.
Can you pass this down, please? Thank you.
De este lado, felices por la victoria de los Sánchez de Herbas. Mencionó Berlanga al final, todos lo vimos, que te dice que eres su ídolo. ¿Qué tan satisfecho te deja también en la parte personal de ahora también ya tus contrincantes? Eres la figura a seguir para ellos también.
No, me siento muy contento porque al final de cuentas es un deporte, el boxeo muy bonito, el respeto, después el deportivismo, después de la pelea, creo que dice muchas cosas y me siento muy bien que me haya dicho eso, ¿no? El ser su ídolo, yo que haya tenido la oportunidad de pelear con su ídolo, pues sé cómo se siente y me siento muy contento, muy satisfecho con lo que pasó esta noche y le deseo todo lo mejor a la
The question was about how Canelo feels regarding Berlanga's earlier statement here in the press conference about how Canelo was silent. He's really happy about having fought against him. And Canelo says that that kind of statement, he feels great because it's something that means a lot to me when someone younger like that says that I'm silent. And in the end, boxing is a beautiful sport, and kind of sportsmanship, the kind of respect that's shown after the fight, that's what boxing is all about.
I'm more. Big money, big money.
Good question.
Stand up, please.
¿Qué tal, Saúl? Buenas noches, felicidades por el triunfo. Preguntarte el tema de Derek Crawford, ya te preguntaba lo de Ribol, pero ¿qué viene el próximo año para el mes de mayo? Si hay opciones reales con estos boxeadores, posiblemente el tema de Turquía, ¿qué viene para el mes de mayo?
Ahorita voy a descansar, no tengo nada pensado. Después platicar con Eddie, con Alejandro, con Luis, a ver qué es lo que viene, pero no hay nada que podamos adelantar ahorita. La verdad es que vamos a disfrutar esta victoria, voy a disfrutar de mi familia, que la extraño muchísimo, y ya después veremos qué es lo que viene para mayo.
The question was, what's up next for May? Terence Crawford or someone else? I watch you go. And really, what I want to do is rest right now. I want to rest. I want to enjoy this victory. I want to be with my family, who I missed a lot. And then I'm going to get together with my people, and I'm going to decide what's next.
Saúl, felicidades por el triunfo. ¿Nos puedes explicar si sentiste en algún momento en la pelea que estabas cerca del knockout y al final del décimo asalto, como que te das una vuelta, no sé si pensabas que ya había terminado el asalto o qué es lo que pasó ahí?
Sí, pues pude haber terminado la pelea en cualquier momento, pero como te digo, Edgar Berlanga también vino a pelear, a salir a hacer su trabajo. La verdad es que no me acuerdo de esa vuelta. Como que sonó la campana o algo así.
Sí, los últimos 10 segundos.
Sí, pensé que se había sonado la campana y me dieron muy bien cuando vi que no.
Well, there was a two-part question. The first one was whether Canelo felt that the knockout was close and entering the fight, and then also the second part was what happened in the 10th round. It kind of turned around. There was confusion there. Well, the knockout, it could have happened at any point, but like I said before, Berlanga stood in front of me. He was quite the opponent, and he stood in there. And as far as the 10th round, I don't really remember what happened. But yeah, it was like I turned around, I maybe felt like the bell had run, but it wasn't a deal.
Hey Canelo, how you doing? Naji from Cigar Talk. You've had this big stable career, constant wins after wins. Obviously, I know you said you have to take some time. What does next feel like to you?
Hola Saúl, ¿qué tal? Aquí la rival del borde de Blanca de la Canelo Universidad. Creo que felicidades.
me encantó la pelea. Creo que fue una muy importante las reglas. Tú convocaste a lo mejor del espectáculo, estuvo Harrison Ford, Demi Moore y tus amigos Luis Electrónicos. Habla un poco de tus amigos que estuvieron con obviamente fuerza récord, la sorpresa de la noche. Felicidades.
Así es, no, muchas gracias. Muy contento, agradecido con todos ellos que vinieron a apoyarme, con Fuerza Récord que se dio el tiempo de venir a acompañarme caminando al ring. Mis amigos, todos que estuvieron aquí, siempre muy agradecido. Demi Moore y el otro actor, pues fanático de ellos desde hace mucho tiempo.
Harrison Ford.
Fanático desde hace mucho tiempo y me sorprendió verlos, los vi en el pasillo cuando iba a mi camerino después de la pelea, me sorprendió verlos, pero la verdad que me siento halagado de que hayan venido a verme.
Well, first of all, I want to thank my friends. They've always been there for me. They are there for me, and they're the world to me. The fact that they're here, that's everything, and I appreciate them a lot. And as far as the celebrity study event that I had today, that was amazing. Demi Moore, Harrison Ford, I saw them in the hallway just now after the fight, and that surprised me. But I'm a big fan of them, and that was really amazing.
Amazing. So last question.
Gracias. Saludos aquí del periódico Universal. Que justo venía también Diego y Gabriel García a apoyarte, Saúl. Arturo Salinas del periódico Universal, preguntarte, en la pelea mencionaste que eres el mejor del mundo. ¿Qué tanta posibilidad hay de experimentar otros mercados como Arabia o incluso tu sueño de pelear en Londres?
Si me pagan lo que quiero para ir a otros lugares, bueno, si no, no tengo necesidad de mover esa carrera. Estoy muy bien aquí, peleando ante mi gente, aquí cerca de casa, cualquier lugar que me presente están los mexicanos y me siento muy cómodo haciéndolo, así que si se da la oportunidad, ¿por qué no? Sería algo diferente, pero no es que esté buscando ir a otros lugares. Me encantaría en algún momento pelear en Japón. Ese siempre ha sido un sueño para mí porque crecí con el color horario que lo tenían ellos y peleaba muchas veces en Japón y lo vi pelear en Japón en videos y me encantaría alguna vez poder tener la oportunidad de pelear en Japón.
The question was about, how maybe the possibility of fighting in Saudi Arabia or his dream of fighting in London someday. What does that look like? Canelo was saying that, I don't really have any plans of doing it right now. If you bring one on board, I'm going to consider any and all places. But right now, I'm really happy fighting here in the US. For my Mexican fans, I feel really comfortable here. And also, maybe someday I would like to fight in Japan. That's actually a dream of mine. I saw Mexican fighters fight there before, and that would be something that I would like to experience sometime.
Saúl, ¿qué opinas respecto a todos los mexicanos que vienen a apoyar? Camila Fernández, empezando por ella, que cantito no himno mexicano, Fuerza Régida.
No, agradecido con cada uno de ellos el apoyo que siempre me han brindado. Espero que hayan disfrutado de la pelea y una gran victoria para México.
The question was how you thought about Fuerza Régida, Camila Fernández, Susan Bianca, and how they show their support. And I'm very thankful with them, and I hope that they enjoy the fight just like all the fans did, because it was a great show for them.
Eddie, I want to ask you a question before we get ready to allow Team Canelo to depart. But Eddie, how proud are you of Canelo, of his performance tonight over Edgar Berlanga before another packed house on next Independence Day weekend?
Estadio lleno, otra victoria. ¿Qué tan orgulloso te sentís de Canelo tras esta victoria contra Berlanga?
No, pues como siempre, orgulloso, ya la edad que tiene, toda la trayectoria que tiene como boxeador, lo que hemos ganado, y sigue en la disciplina, sigue mostrándose que él es el mejor. Estamos peleando ahora, primero nos tocaba pelear con peleadores más veteranos, ahora nos toca pelear con peleadores más jóvenes y sigue ganando. Entonces creo que tenemos todavía mucho que dar en el boxeo y estoy muy orgulloso por todo lo que ha hecho en
How can I not be proud of him? With his age, his dynamism, the way that he fights, I'm super proud of him, and I think that we still have a lot of gas in the tank. We used to fight against older fighters, and now we fight against younger fighters at the same level. We still have a ways to go, and we want to keep going.
Eddie, how much better can Canelo get? Because every single time we see him in the ring, he just continues to improve and show new facets to his game as he continues to evolve and show how much of a complete fighter he is. But how much better can Canelo get?
La evolución de Canelo es constante, nos muestra facetas, nos muestra cosas que no aparecían en la pelea anterior. Sigue la evolución de Canelo, ¿qué tan lejos puede llegar él?
Sigue aprendiendo cosas, siempre hacer cosas diferentes y aparte, de acuerdo al rival, él siempre se adapta. Hoy le tocó un rival muy fuerte, peleador muy largo, con su mano izquierda, una derecha que como que puede acabar una pelea. Entonces él supo, después del quinto round en adelante, supo trabajar su pelea, supo ajustarse y pues miren ahí está Canelo. Le tiene que quitar los hinchos en la mesa para perderlos. Tenemos 3 campeonatos ahorita y vamos a buscar otra vez el igual.
Canelo, he has come so far, and he's going to keep going even farther. He's a gym rat. He's someone that always loves to learn new things. He's always studying his opponents. Just look at it as an example. Berlanga had the reach. He was strong. So Canelo was able to adapt and was able to use into his corner, and he did very well. So now we want to keep evolving, we want to keep adapting, and we want to just keep doing what we're doing in the way that we know how to do it.
All right, Canelo, thank you so much for joining us. Final words that you have for the entire world.
Oh, thank you so much for coming, for supporting me. Thank you to my people, to my fans, to my team, to my family. And thank you, Hearn, thank you, Luis, and my friend, thank you. Good job.
Ladies and gentlemen, Saúl Canelo Alvarez, still the super middleweight champion of the world.
Yo soy de ti, bro.
Gracias.
Canelo, ¿cómo celebras hoy, esta noche?
Vamos a ir a cenar con la familia.
¿A dónde? ¿Un steak? ¿Qué vas a comer?
Un cortecito, unos sushitos, algo.
Canelo, will you
Felicidades.
Canelo, will you fight better be a beef Bivol? Is better be a beef Bivol? Would you consider fighting him?
If I go up to 175, I'm just gonna fight before.
Well, better be a.
Canelo, el poder de Berlanga, una palabrita de power Berlanga, any words on it?
Like I say to him in the 10 or 9 rounds, he like my son. he think he harder, like somebody. No, I don't know, but I say no, you hit like my son. But I'm too strong, that's why maybe.
Got it. What did you think about Caleb Plant tonight? What did you think about Caleb Plant?
He did a good job. He got troubles a little bit in the beginning of the rounds, and then he figured out. So
Maybe one more time with Caleb Plant. Maybe one more.
Canelo.
Thank you, bro.
Came out and fought courageously and really showed to the world that he certainly belongs at this extremely high world-class level. Edgar, you are about an hour removed from the fight. So how was the experience like? What's going through your mind? Were you disappointed having that vote taken away, but still you came out and fought your hardest tonight?
First and foremost, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for this opportunity. Winning it with legend today, we came up short. Obviously, I'm a winner in the heart, man. So, I'm a little down, but, I know I won the world after this performance. And I dropped to the 3rd round. I came back and, put a hard fight. I fought a legend, man. So,
like me, right? You know, the whole world was against me, right? And I was probably like 0 to 100, you know, like 1 to 100, I think, my odds, right? And just facing a legend, man, it's something different. You know, it's a blessing too, to share the ring with him. I'm excited. You know, I finally got my feet wet at the highest level and pinnacle of boxing. You know, I feel like, you know, I handled it well. You know, we sold the fight great, and we fought a great fight. You know, we gave the fans what they wanted to see, not war. And, you know, that's what Mexicans and Puerto Rico do. You know, when they go and bring the shit together.
Questions for Edgar Berlanga from the media. Questions?
Straight back. Edgar Dan Rayfield here. Heck of a performance, even in a loss. I wonder if you take solace in the fact that you were able to go the distance with him in a fight that so many people thought you were going to be knocked out in the early part of the fight.
Yeah, you know, like I said before, man, you know, the whole world was against me. You know, I was saying it against me. You know, nobody believed in me. You know, I felt like I had probably like 20% of the world, you know, maybe 10% of the world that believed in me. You know, they thought I was going to probably get knocked out 2-3 rounds, you know. But it was a great fight, man. I know, you know, that it was going to be a great fight at the end of the day, man. You know, I'm a warrior. And like I said before, you know, I was calling this guy for 4 years. You know, like I said, man, he's a legend. You know, he fought Floyd Mayweather when he was young, and look who he became after that loss. You know, so I gained a lot of experience, man, being in the ring with him. You know, he's a great fighter. You know, but I know that he knows that I'm the future legend of the sport.
So to follow up on that briefly, do you feel like that even though this was not a win for you, it's similar to what happened with Canelo and losing the Floyd that you mentioned, that this will help you in the future, that you'll be confident that you're going to be taken seriously, that you'll be able to hang with all their top super middleweights out there after going 12 rounds and being the best, one of the best fighters of all time?
Yeah, man, definitely I put the whole 168-pound division on notice. I know that they know that I'm coming to fight. And listen, you know, facing a guy like Canelo, right? He's the man. He's the top dog at 168. You know, there's no bigger than him. You know, at the 168 division, he's a Floyd Mayweather. He's a Manny Pacquiao. He's that type of guy. You know, when you fight him, it's like a concert. You know, and I feel like I handled it very, very well. You know, I gave my part. You know, people laugh, right? But for real, right? He's a guy that I looked up to growing up, man. You know, and obviously I didn't want to tell him that, you know. I didn't want to tell him, yo, you're an idol to me. You know, I didn't want to say that because it's like, man, I'm about to fight this dude. But he's somebody that we always studied, that we always looked up to. And I wanted to fight him. I'm like, damn, I want to fight my idol. I never told him, you know, I never told the media, I never told nobody, you know, because I felt like people would have really thought that I was going to go out there and just take a knee or something just to get the opportunity to fight my idol. You know, when I told him after the fight, I said, you're somebody that we look up to, you know, for many years. And, you know, it's a blessing to be here. You know, I'm not even lying, this is crazy. You know, 22,000 sold out. You know, it's a blessing.
Questions for Edgar Berlanga?
Hey, right here, Edgar. You got my video fight news. First of all, Edgar, congratulations on this fight. Do you feel you're a player now at 168 after this performance? Right now I'm a winner, right? So, I got defeated today, so, 50% of me is down and 50% of me feels okay. Between my father, one of the legends right here, Memo, my coach, Eddie Hearn, and Keith is telling me that, I shocked the world, and, right now, I'm a superstar in the 168 division. I handle everything well, man. I went in there with a legend. And I shocked the world, people thought that I was going to probably get knocked out early, and I went in there and did what I had to do. We didn't come out with the victory, but hey, it is what it is, it's just another step of something greatness. I'll say it's the hardest, for sure. One of the fighters that hit very hard was Angulo. he's a Cuban guy and he punches really hard too. So I'll say both of them are like the same, but you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for the shots. You know, I already told myself I know I'm gonna get hit. I know I'm gonna get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I gotta bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, look what happened in the third round. I got hit with a left hook. We be practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin, and I wanted this movement and he connected right to my chin. And you see how I punch my glove, you know, that's like a thing for me when I, you know, my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves. I was like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But you know, it comes to boxing, you know, the greats got dropped, you know, got hurt. But it's about how you come back and respond.
I had a quick question for Eddie Hearn. Eddie, you watched Canelo destroy so many other guys. How proud are you of Edgar and the way that he hung in there through the fight?
We're so proud because he's never boxed anywhere near that level before, and you know, one of the things that we probably wanted and needed was that fight between where he's been fighting those levels and Canelo Alvarez, and it's such a huge jump that the worry is that you're out of the depth. But he never really looked out his depth in there. You know, we got beat well by a legend, but it was always competitive, the rounds. And I think more importantly, it's the way that he handled the week, the way that he handled the dressing room, the way that he handled the ring walk crowd. But for me, one of the most pleasing things was the boxes that he ticked. You know, an impregnable chin that took every shot in the artillery of Canelo Alvarez. And to be honest, like, the knockdown was an incredible left hook. It was kind of like a flash knockdown, but he was never really hurt in the entire fight. And even when he got dropped and came back, he was firing back and people loved it. I think his ring IQ, which we knew was better than people anticipated, was good and frustrated Canelo Alvarez at times, but you know, I said to him after, he's disappointed, he should be, because he's a winner and he lost. But ultimately, when he drops back down the level, which is just what you do, because Canelo Alvarez's level is so high, he's going to really start to understand the experience that he's gained tonight. And like he said about Canelo Alvarez fighting Floyd Mayweather at a young age, that's what he's done. He's stepped up to a whole new level and got a wonderful experience tonight. You know, I said to him earlier, he's secured his entire life and his family's life forever at such a young age. And it's just the beginning. Because right now, I think we have to say that he's probably the number one name in the division outside of Canelo Alvarez. You know, and there's huge fights out there for him. You know, next year, I'm even here, Caleb Plant, Charlo, Checo, our young gun coming through. But he's right now the man in the division as far as I'm concerned. So I'm very proud of that performance. I think he deserves a huge amount of credit.
And just to follow up real quick, you worked with Canelo so closely. On the heels of this triumph, would it make more sense for him to fight a lighter guy like Crawford, or to try to go up for the glory of he won't be a lead winner or going to be this?
Yeah, I mean, Canelo's going to do whatever Canelo wants to do. He's earned the right to do that. If I wins in a couple of weeks, he could have a shot at him for the undisputed championship at 175. Crawford was there tonight chasing the fight, and you know, he's earned the right to do whatever he wants.
Hey, Caleb, what's going on, man? Najee from Sagato. First of all, congratulations. You know, even in this loss, your stock has gone up. I think, you know, you gained a bit more respect for this fight. Caleb Plant was up here before you, and one of the questions was asked, you know, how he would fight you next, and, you know, that was something he wants. He made it clear that he wants to fight you, so I just want to know, what do you think about that fight?
I think that fight is possible, you know, but I just finished fighting one of the greatest fighters right now in the era, you know, so I'm not really focused on Caleb. You know, I gotta go back, take time off, my family, and when I head back to the gym, you know, call up Eddie, call the manager, hit up coach, hit up my dad, and we see who's on the next one or not.
Hola, buenas noches, Edgar Berlanga de Heraldo. ¿Qué fue lo que aprendiste tú de enfrentar a Canelo? Decías que tú lo comparabas con Floyd Mayweather, con Manny Pacquiao, con ese estilo de peleadores. ¿Qué es lo que te llevas esta noche y qué papel jugó los fanáticos que llegan aquí para T-Mobile?
Primero, las personas que yo gané de los fanáticos y ganó mucha experiencia peleando con una leyenda como Canelo, y eso es más importante.
ahora mismo para mi carrera, ahora mismo. Y yo creo que después de esto yo voy a ser un super estrella de Puerto Rico, de 168, representando full. Y más o menos el próximo cara de boxeo.
Edgar, you want to translate or you want me to translate? Okay, the question was about what's the biggest lesson that Edgar took from this fight. And Edgar was saying that the biggest lesson that he took was the experience from Canelo and what it takes to face someone like that. And also he talked about wanting to be the next superstar from Puerto Rico. And this is the kind of challenge that he needs in order to reach that level.
Edgar, felicidades de pelea. ¿Qué fue lo que te complicó Canelo? ¿Y Canelo es el mejor peleador que has peleado con?
So, what was the most complicated part of facing Canelo, and also was Canelo the best opponent you ever had?
I think I was. I think besides Floyd Mayweather and Bivol, I think I was one of the best opponents for sure. I definitely showed a lot of, IQ in here. But he has a lot of experience. Remember, usually guys, his first title shot, you get for one belt. I could have fighting for undisputed my first title shot against a legend. So I'm going up to somebody that's been there over 20, 30 times. At this level, and this is my first time. So I can't really be too hard on myself. Because right now I feel a little down. I'm not gonna lie. I got defeated, but hey, I feel like we won for the fans for sure.
Bueno, miren, me siento decepcionado, sí, un poco, pero a la misma vez no me puedo golpear demasiado en lo moral porque yo me enfrenté a alguien que tiene 20, 30 defensas en su carrera. Esta era mi primera oportunidad, podría haber peleado contra cualquier otro, pero yo acepté este desafío y me parece que lo hice bien, demostrando un coeficiente intelectual boxístico que estuvo a la altura. Y entonces me llevo eso, me llevo esa lección y ese lado positivo de esta pelea.
Hell of a fight, Sam. You did amazing tonight. You showed a lot of heart. One thing I seen from watching from outside, obviously, was you were in tremendous condition. You took a hell of a shot. You got down, you got back up, and you fought the rest of the fight. You fought your heart out, came back hard after every exchange. Is coming back hard with fire. What do you attribute that to? How were you able to keep coming as hard as you did, Paul?
I know that there's more to take. This is a big experience. A lot of guys, man, fold under this type of pressure. Like what Canelo said. He said, "Oh, it's different with me in there." It's just like the fans, being in his territory and coming to the West Coast. It sucks energy out of fighters. It makes fighters feel weak. And then you look across the ring, it's like, damn, I'm fighting Canelo Alvarez, I'm fighting a legend. So these guys become a different type of fighter with ice. With me, I feel like I came to fight. I showed the fans that, what they wanted to see. We didn't come out with victory, but, we got the victory. I know after this, it's a big experience for me. It was an amazing show. The build-up was amazing. Building up this fight. I'm ready for it all, man. I'm ready for the big fights. I'm ready to sell out another stadium. I know now after this, I know I can do it myself. Puerto Rico every weekend, or we can take it back to Puerto Rico. Sell out in the ring over there.
How's it going, Edgar? Brendan Taylor here, Houston Sports. Coming into the fight, there's a lot of talk about, IQ, and just smart intelligence. I wanted to ask you, what did you learn about yourself in those 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez, and what about Canelo's skills? What in Canelo's skill set makes him so hard to figure out when you're in the ring with him?
I just felt like, I was pouring too much. I could have done more combinations. There's a lot of stuff that I should have did. When I go back in the tape on my team, I don't know if we disappointed in a lot of things, because there was a lot of stuff that I knew I could probably push more on him and push him back and, break his will. But, he's a legend, man, so he, he's gonna weather the storm, you know, and I feel like I weathered the storm really well. You know, I took his best shot, came back, and every time he hit me, I hit him right back, you know, so, you know, it was a fight.
Edgar right here in the front, Marcus Hayes, Fight Hub TV. You and I interviewed after Munguia and Canelo in the Indian Grand in front of about probably 800 people in the lobby. It was packed. You told me something in that interview. You said that if I get the Canelo Alvarez fight, I'm not going out like everybody else did. I'm gonna represent myself. How do you feel when you watched the arc of the fight? You heard the fans, you heard everybody kind of changing over. People were cheering for you. People were really showing you a lot of respect after all the disrespect that you received. How does that make you feel?
I feel excited, man. I'm glad that, you know, I finally won the world, the boxing world. You know, people was doubting me, you know, even my country, you know, Puerto Rico, and they went viral yesterday, you know, how much people was like disrespecting me from my island, you know, when I sweat blood and tears from my island, you know, Puerto Rico. And then all of a sudden today, it was like the whole island was like rooting for me, you know, everybody was like showing me love. And I seen it, I was like, damn, like, you know, God is good, man. I mean, after this performance, I know, you know, sky's the limit. Like, I know after this, the superstar status for real, you know, I experienced the top of the pinnacle of boxing. You know, for the legend, I did everything I had to do. What fighters should do when they hit at that level, you know, like with the 4 or the 4 Pacquiao, it was that type of fight, you know. I got friends that was like, from New York, and it was like, yo, we trying to go watch the fight in different clubs, and everything is sold out. And that made me feel good. I was like, and it's just today, right before the fight, it was like, yo, we trying to watch the fight, we can't watch the fight nowhere. In New York, everywhere is sold out. Every bar, every club, everywhere in New York, we try to go watch this fight, is sold out. And I felt good, you know, because like I said before, you know, there could be 50% people that hate me and 50% people that love me, but they still gonna watch. And you know, like I always say, man, I love my haters. You know, they push me to greatness.
This question is for Eddie Hearn and Keith Conley. I wanted to ask because one of the young guys, Edgar, was Diego Pacheco. Is there a possibility that fight can happen in the near future?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, as Edgar said, just finished his fight, so his job is to relax now with his family, and then our job with Keith is to plan the future, you know. Of course, Diego is a young fighter coming through, but Edgar just fought Canelo Alvarez on a huge stage, and his stock really rose tonight, so I think the guys like Diego are definitely chasing Edgar Berlanga, and they should be. You know, all young fighters should be now chasing people like Edgar Berlanga. He's been chasing people for a while, but I see him as one of the top guys at 168 now, not just as a fighter, but commercially as well. Like we said, you know, he's always done big numbers. You know, when we went to the Garden, he did a great day, and that's only going to increase tonight. So yeah, I think that's an essential fight down the line, but me and Keith now will come back. And I'm really excited, you know, I almost feel like it's like a new signing, because we knew he was a big star before, but now I feel like we've got one of the biggest stars in the division, and I think the comeback trail and the comeback plan is going to be really, really fun.
First of all, Edgar, super proud of you. Tremendous fight, tremendous effort. I think first of all, he proved all the haters wrong, as he said. He won the world tonight, even though he didn't win the fight. As far as going forward, I think, like Eddie said, we'll sit down. I think the smart thing to do would be a homecoming in either New York or Puerto Rico. Get his legs back underneath them, get him another win, and then target guys like Munguia, Charlo, Caleb Grant. If the Diego Pacheco fight makes sense, we can do that fight as well. But there's probably at least 3, 4, or 5 fights that are huge for Edgar for the next couple of years here.
La felicitaciones por la pelea. Can you tell us this, you were hurt really bad on that 3rd round, and also what you saw in the 10th round when Canelo was like, go to this corner and then you almost lost.
Nah, it was like a flash knockdown. You know, he caught me. When I hit the floor, that's why I got upset myself with my blood. But, you know, when I hit the floor, I know I'm not supposed to be there, so it was more of a flash knockdown. I felt the shot, but I wasn't hurt. You know, I punched it well. I took his best shot. And, you know, I feel like I gave my best shot to him as well.
Edgar, ¿cómo estás? Antes de la pelea hubo una intensa guerra de palabras, especialmente allí en Los Ángeles. Y después de la guerra que tuvieron, se abrazaron, ¿Qué significó eso?
So, before the fight, there was an intense war of words which started at the Los Angeles press conference, continued throughout 5 weeks. What would that mean to you?
For me, you know, it's a part of the sport. You know, it's nothing personal. You know, we humble. You know, I come from a humble family, from humble beginnings. You know, but you know, this is a fight. You know, so we gotta sell. We gotta sell the fight. And you know, after the day, once the fight is signed, there's no respect. You know, I suppose, you know, at that level between me and him. You know, so that's what it was. It was nothing personal. And, you see in the ring, I was still talking to him and telling him stuff. You know, when he was hitting me, I was telling him to keep hitting me. I was trying to do like rope-a-dope, Muhammad Ali, you know, and George Foreman. I was telling him, like, come on, if you hit me, come on, you can't hit me, come on, I don't hurt, come on, again. You know, to take his best shots to try to get him tired.
Así es el deporte, no es nada personal, ya que el boxeo es así y fíjense cómo eso siguió durante la pelea y yo le decía, golpeame, dale, vení, golpeame, porque de alguna manera también sentía como Muhammad Ali cuando estaba en su mejor momento, ¿no? Así es lo divertido y después nos respetamos, está todo bien, nos hablamos después de la pelea y de vuelta, no hay nada personal, yo genero respeto y después el resto es parte del boxeo.
Edgar, final comments as you conclude what has been a tremendous fight week here in Las Vegas. The place was rocking. You and Canelo Alvarez treated fans around the world to a sensational world championship prize fight. The floor is yours, Edgar.
You know, first and foremost, I want to thank everybody here, all my fans that came out. You know, the Mexicans of Puerto Rico that showed up. You know, it was a big event for us. You know, this is a big event in Las Vegas. You know, we was up against UFC, and I felt like we shut them down with this event. So you know, God is great. I want to thank Memo right here. You know, my personal trainer. You know, he's a beast right here. You know, he's a legend. I want to thank my brother Johnny, my brother Roa. You know, and my whole team. You know, my dad, Hearn, Keith Conley, Mark for Ray for Ray, and the whole squad. You know, it was a warm camp. It was a difficult camp because you know. Finding legends, so it was a lot of hard stuff going on in the gym mentally. You know, my coach was on me mentally for this fight heavy, you know, because we knew we was up against a legend, you know, so I couldn't fight how I fought all my other fights. You know, I had to step it up a notch mentally. It wasn't really about physical, it was all mental. You know, when they say boxing is 90% mental, it's 10% physical, people don't really understand it, but it's really that, man. Everything is a mental sport, you know. Obviously, I got here with a big shot in the third round, and I should have off for nothing. You know, that's the mental. I don't got nothing to do with the physical. You know, if my mental wasn't right, I probably would have still down there and just take a knee, just call up the fight and get a paycheck, you know. But nah, you know, obviously, I showed the world that we're not here for a paycheck. You know, I'm really here to shock the world and just, you know, become a superstar and become the face of boxing. You know, this is so thing here, man. You know, I'm on the greatness. You know, I can't wait to get back in the gym. I want to do another main event, probably in New York, Madison Square Garden, or Puerto Rico, like Choice Hill. And just, you know, take over boxing, man. You know, Canelo, you know, he's already been out the door. You know, and I'm going to be that face, how much he's here.
Well, Edgar, we wish you all the best of luck. Round of applause to Edgar Berlanga, ladies and gentlemen. What an effort here tonight. Wishing him all the best of luck. Looking forward to seeing him back in the near future.
Hold your head up, Edgar, bro. Bless you. Same shirt, Benavidez had me.
certainly a showman indeed. And also want to bring up, still the WBA middleweight champion of the world, with a fantastic TKO victory over Danny Garcia as we bring up Edgar Berlanga. We got two champs, one to my right, one to my left. Edgar, you can go ahead and take a seat. Look at that. The signs of respect between the two fighters. Caleb, I'm going to start off with you. How do you feel? An amazing performance as you dance with my fans around the world with your victory over Trevor Berlanga tonight.
Man, it feels good. Put a lot of hard work in over the last 18 months with my team. And, you know, like I said, it's been a little bit since I've been away from the ring, but had 359 rounds of sparring, so been staying extremely busy. I went through some ups and downs, not with my family, but just some injuries. And so for me to work myself back into this position and have the performance that I had tonight, it means a lot. I put a lot of hard work into that. So.
Well, it was great to see you back, and it's not a lot to go with you. And how are you feeling after retaining your WBA middleweight championship of the world over Danny Garcia?
Bueno, primero que todo me siento bien, hice mi trabajo, lo que tenía que hacer. Salí de ganador, pude ganar la pelea ante Universal, hice un trabajo histórico. Dani García es un gran boxeador, un excelente boxeador, fue campeón en diseño superior, pero bueno, me tocó a mí.
I have a year pass. I feel good. I did my job. Fighting for rounds is hard work, especially against a fighter like Garcia. He's a great champion in the lower divisions, like I said before. But now, you know, I do what I have to do, and I feel great.
We have questions for the champs. Caleb Plant and Sandy Lott, raise your hand, and then come up with your question. Questions for Caleb Plant and Sandy Lott.
Look good, Torsante. Oh, you better comment. Woo!
Caleb.
You gotta record this.
Caleb, can you describe what it was like after the early pressure of the first few rounds, what you did to overcome that and impose your will to win this fight?
Yeah, you know, he was awkward and strong and unorthodox. You know, he would step through on his stance and kind of rush me at times, and he even caught me on my shoulders once as I was pulling out. And, you know, knocked me down as he was punching my shoulders. I wasn't hurt at all, so I didn't really rattle my feathers or anything like that. I just stayed calm, and, you know, I knew that we switched to the second game plan, and, you know, once we got there, it was easy money.
Hey, Caleb, what's up, man? This is Najee from Cigar Talk. Congratulations on the big win tonight. This is a two-part question. I think first, we saw midway through the fight, you started to really fight inside and press the action. I wanted to know, was that a part of the game plan to really smother those punches? And then the second part is, you know, you built the Revenge Tour brand basically on trying to get the rematch with Canelo. Do you feel like you got that tonight based on your performance?
And do the first part again?
The game plan as far as going inside and smothering?
Yeah, I mean, just, you know, over the last year, we've been working hard on being comfortable where the fight goes. And, you know, like I told you guys before, the smooth and the edges of my game, and that I'm the most complete fighter that I've been in my career. And so, you know, once we figured out he was awkward and, you know, unorthodox on the outside, bull rushing and, you know, swinging for the fences, we felt like it'd be, you know, a better plan to step to him, stay on the inside and break him down. That's what we did. And then as far as the Revenge Tour brand, you know, it's not just about me. You know, we're all out here for revenge. We're all out here to, you know, end up in a better place where we started and get our revenge back on life by any means necessary. So, you know, WBA interim titleist, I'm pretty sure I'll be elevated to WBA regular champ. Canelo was WBA world champ, so, you know, I'll let y'all do the math on that. I'm always willing to take on the biggest tests, so you guys know me.
CD, what's going on? It's Mark Hayes from Fight TV. First off, congratulations on the outstanding performance. I want to know, is that the best show that you put on? You had the fans on several times, several standing ovations before the fight ended. Is that your most satisfying thing you get into their bag?
They're all pretty
always satisfying when you get your hand raised, but it felt good. I was putting on a show, but my dad and Brad, they started getting on my ass. Telling me to stay focused, quit fucking around, and you know, it's hard because I'm a showman. I like to have fun in the ring. This is something I enjoy, so but I had to walk back in and, you know, as my dad said, quit fucking around. So, but we got the job done. So that sounds, you know, entertaining performances. This one's up there.
And it's not for you. Did you know, going ahead and you know, dealing with Edgar Berlanga, this world champion, you know, you hit him with some big shots. Did you feel as if it was only a matter of time before he wilted under your power?
Sentí que contra Dani García era no sí, pero ¿cuándo le iba a hacer bloquear? ¿Era cuestión de tiempo?
Bueno, yo sentí que solamente en el primer round sentí que era fuera de distancia. Creo como también con el alcance mío de los brazos, creo que pude conectarlo bien, 2 o 3 golpes en el primer round, ya después fue cogiendo el ritmo, metió presión, pero bueno, no pudo llegar.
I definitely felt in the first 2 rounds that he couldn't quite find his reach, so I connected 2 or 3 good punches. Then as if I went on, I saw that he didn't start getting his rhythm, and you guys also what happened. I was just able to thrive under those circumstances.
Questions for the champs, Caleb Hunt, and it's Andy Lara.
Felicidades, Lara. Take us to the knockout and tell us what's next for you. You're the champion. What do you want next?
Bueno, ahora mismo estoy abierto a pelear con los mejores de la división. Y creo que el día creo que estaba aquí hoy. Estaba buscando oponente. También me gustaría de nuevo una segunda oportunidad también con el Canelo Alvarez. Pero bueno, estoy aquí abierto a pelear con cualquier cosa.
I'm open to fighting anybody. There were a couple of people here that definitely are interesting. So Crawford here, he's looking for an opponent. And then I'm definitely open to getting a single strike at Canelo. Why not?
Ignacio, Lara, ¿cómo te sentiste en esta pelea? ¿Te vistes muy bien? ¿Qué te gustaría pelear? ¿Con quién te gustaría pelear siguientemente?
Bueno, sinceramente me sentí bien cómodo. Me gustaría pelear con cualquiera de la división. Soy campeón de la división, sigo siendo campeón. Y ya he demostrado que a mis 21 años todavía sigo peleando en la boca, muchachos.
The question was, how do you feel during the fight, and then who would you like to fight next? And he said, I feel great. You know, at 41, I can still crack heads and split lips. So, you know, ready to go against anybody in this division or otherwise. Bring anybody on. Ready for a challenge.
And Ed Berlanga is boxing's oldest current world champion. So again, he is defying father time as we give a round of applause to boxing's oldest current world champion, Ed Berlanga. Again, we need a quick questions.
Kevin Garcia with Fight Night. My question is for Caleb. Caleb, here we go. Just wanted to know, right here, Caleb. Just wanted to know, obviously you spoke about Canelo potentially, you know, us doing the math and being your next opponent or an opponent you would like to get in the ring with in the near future. What were your thoughts on his fight with Berlanga, and what did you think about Berlanga's performance as well?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good fight. Berlanga, you know, not to be hated, but didn't really win around. He was on the defensive a lot. But yeah, you know, me and Canelo, me and Berlanga, me and Charlo, you know, I think those are 3 big fights that the boxing world love, and 3 big fights that I love being as well.
Right here, Steve Gooding with Network Sports. This question is for Lara. Lara, were you surprised at the end of the fight when obviously you dropped Danny, but it didn't seem like he was extra hurt? I don't know, were you surprised that the fight ended the way it did?
¿Te sorprendió que la pelea haya terminado como terminó? Porque el golpe no pareció tan duro y no parecía que Dani había sufrido un daño adicional severo comparado con el resto de la pelea.
Sinceramente no me sorprendió. La gente de afuera, que los televidentes ven que no, sí, pero sí, yo sentía que estaba dando buenos golpes, ya a la izquierda creo que se le estaba dando el tiempo y creo que eso sí lo lastimé, ¿no?
Well, you know, from the outside point of view, it may not have looked like that, but I did know that the knockout was maturing. I felt like I was throwing some really good punches, and you know, he was inflicting damage. So when he fell, he was just byproduct of what I was doing throughout the fight.
Esta pregunta es para el veterano Lara.
Berlanga, ¿en qué estarías pensando a partir de hoy? ¿En una unificación o en otra defensa voluntaria? Te pregunto porque ayer estuve hablando con Carlos Adames y me dice que jamás va a pelear contigo. ¿Le daría al Garubi? ¿En qué estarías pensando tú?
No, una defensa, lo que sea, cualquier universidad. Carlos Adames somos compañeros del mismo campo de entrenamiento, ¿no? Creo que coja su camino por un lado y por el otro. No hablo por nada de emo ni nada, solamente que somos casi del mismo equipo.
Well, the question was whether Sandy would think about unifying titles or go for another momentary defense of the current title that he has. And also Adames was saying that he would never fight, Lara here. And so Lara was saying that, I'm up for unifying if the opportunity arises. And, Adames, he can go his own way. He has every right to do whatever he needs right to do. I appreciate him. And, whatever happens with him, it's up to him.
I really like these guys, though, Caleb. Final message that you have. You're the interim WBA super middleweight champion of the world. What do you want to tell all the fight fans that are watching around the world as you head towards the future?
Yeah, just appreciate all you guys tuning in. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. Thank you for all the media coming out here and getting our messages across to the fans. Love all you guys, and hopefully see y'all soon in a big fight.
Caleb Plant, ladies and gentlemen, I will once again turn it over to Edgar Berlanga. Edgar, final comments as you go ahead and enjoy some well-deserved rest.
Gracias a todos, a PBC, a Central, a Hearn, a todos ustedes que están aquí esta noche y el apoyo. Ojalá que está ahí conmigo al equipo, ¿no? Y seguimos adelante. Muchas gracias.
Well, I would like to thank everybody here, the media, PBC, Amazon Prime, Junior, Adam Heyman, my wife that's over here, and my whole team that's also over here. And I appreciate you all. See you next time.
Congratulations to Caleb Plant and Berlanga, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause to the two champs. Great to see them inside the victorious.
¡Viva Cuba!